Okay. It doesn't matter where I go. I was trying to find better lighting, and it just sucks. So the only one thing I wanted to talk about today is anxiety. I'm Jeff. I had another channel. I had to take it down, whatever reason. Jeff. So I'm gonna talk about anxiety, and this is just something I know that some of you guys um, struggle with, just like myself. I'm not gonna say that I have like panic attacks or like anxiety attacks, like kind of, but I'm not gonna say that I go through that. Sometimes I talk to people and they describe the things that they go through, and I really don't go through those things. Like it doesn't get that far, in my case. Um, but there's a lot of things that I struggle with when it comes to anxiety. Like I cannot like speak in public, and my voice just like shaking and it's a mess, and I start blushing, and I feel nervous, and I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, even though I know what I'm talking about. The other thing is if you get in the elevator and there's a bunch of people, or maybe there's just two people, and I just like feel like they're staring at me and they're not staring at me, but I just feel that weird vibe that just gets me nervous. um, there's a lot of things like when you get introduced to someone and that you don't know, and it's just like knowing that they're going to be asking questions, and what do you do, and where you're from, and what do you like and what you don't like, and things like that. Just knowing that I'm going to have to be talking and expressing myself, it just gets me like really really nervous. um, for some reason when I go to the store grocery shopping, I'm fine until I start getting in line to pay for my stuff. And when I get there, when I get to the register, and they're like all nice, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? And I don't know why, I just like that interaction. Just like I start getting red, like bright red. So I start like blushing like crazy. I don't even know why. And when I'm gonna pay, and it's just like I don't know, like I feel like these people might be like, is he stealing? Like, why is he like so nervous? Like, what's going on with him? When I'm gonna pay, and I don't, I'm not even like thinking like, they're gonna be like, this guy's just broke. Like, why is he even here if he cannot even afford this? I'm gonna pay, and that's when I'm just like getting red. I'm just like, I just want to walk away. I start like, oh my god, it's hot in here, and then like people want to talk to me, and I just don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to like run. Um, and then I tried to do the self checkout, and then it's just like worse, because then you have like people behind you probably waiting for you to like just like get it going, and if something goes wrong, then it's just like right red, and I have to like wait for someone to come help me, and then I have to talk to this someone, and it's just a mess. um, so I do know that some people can relate to this. I know that there's medicine out there. Like some people are into like taking pills or whatever, or taking drinking tea and then doing whatever. I just don't do that. Not saying that is wrong. If that's what works for you, that's fine. I just don't want to be dependent to anything in order to control it. I don't really control it. I just pretend, which is my thing. That's what I wanted to talk about. Is how I struggle, how I deal with anxiety, and I just fake it. I just pretend that I'm cool. I just pretend that I know what's going on. I just pretend that I can control my anxiety. Um, I pretend that I'm very confident, and I try to go first if it's like, all right, you are in a classroom and they're gonna start asking people some questions. Um, if they're like, asking, okay, who wants to go first? I'm like, me. Do I want to do it? No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go first. I don't want to go at all. I don't want to say anything in front of anybody. But when you let people go first, that anticipation, they're just like sitting there like waiting, and you never know when it's going to be your time. It's just like worse for me. So I try to go first, so I can just get it out of the way and just forget about it, and they just like sit there and just watch everybody else struggle. Maybe they don't struggle. Um, I always try to pretend that I'm like really confident, to a point that I tell people I'm so shy. They're like, you're not shy at all. I am. Like, they don't even understand. Like, everybody gets nervous about things like interviews and things like that. But when you have anxiety, it's just a whole different story. It's a whole different story. Like, I could be like with somebody, like family and friends, like having dinner, and then you're gonna see me that out of nowhere, I'm just like turning red and I'm hot and I'm like sweating and I'm just like, all right, I'll be back. And I'm just like looking at everybody like, is it just me or is it like hot in here? They're like, it's like 5 degrees outside. Oh, all right, okay, so it's just me. It happens. When I know they're gonna start like taking the order, so I'm like, I want to go first. And sometimes it makes me be rude because I just like jump and just like, oh yeah, I like to get this, and that, and everyone's just like, oh, all right, okay, you go first. It's just because I want to get it out of the way. Because if you're like the last one, everyone is placing their order, and everyone is just like looking at each other. Oh, I'm gonna look at you while you are like telling the server what you want. And I know that moment, it's gonna like that's gonna go around, and that moment is gonna be for me at some point. I just don't like that. So what I do, I just pretend that I'm very confident. I try to go first if I have to like speak or say something. If I go and I'm getting to like meet new people, I try to introduce myself and not wait. And I just fake it till you make it. That's the key that works for me. What works for me doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you, but it seems to work for me to a point that nobody thinks that I have anxiety, that my anxiety gets like really bad. No one knows that that I'm like really shy. So I guess I'm just like trying to like share this piece of information because I know that there's people out there going through the same things, and I'm just like telling you what I do. What I do, just pretend that I'm confident. I always try to go first. Depending on what it is, I always try to go first. Depending on the situation, try to go first, so that I'm not the last one, because then at that point everyone is going to be watching me, and just fake it till you make it. That's one of the keys. It's like if you're like you're acting, and you are like in this different person that's not you, but no one has to know what you're going through, so you just pretend that you're fine. Cool. So, I had a couple of videos about this before. They just took it down, and it was a mess, and it was like a long video. I'm trying to make my videos a little bit shorter, not like like 10 minutes, because I could just like stand here and talk for hours. But anyways, so today I just wanted to talk about anxiety, and then I'm gonna be just making more videos about whatever, because why not? So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope that you guys can relate to some of these things and that you can use my recommendations. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you that what I'm doing is the best thing for you. Just sharing this with you, that this is what I do and that's what works for me. So if it works for you, great. So, all right, I'll see you later. Bye.